In the name of Almighty Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. As Muhammad, peace be upon him, narrated, if anyone travels on a road in search of knowledge, Almighty Allah will cause him to travel on one of the roads of paradise. Hello everyone, this is Dr. Tariq Masood. Thank you very much for watching my videos and your wonderful support to make this channel a grand success. We are family, a partner. Please share and subscribe our channel if you haven't done so far. We as a team can work together to convert challenges into opportunities and opportunities into success stories. These success stories can be monetized into validation in the world by large. Thank you very much for your precious time. Today I'm going to discuss my lecture number 4 after a 2-month break. On fluid catalytic cracking FCC unit, lecture number 4. Before my lecture, I used to read a Quranic verse. Qala Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli Allahumma Rabbi zidni ilma. O my Lord, open my chest and ease my task for me, and loose a knot from my tongue that they may understand my saying. Allahumma Rabbi zidni ilma, O Allah, advance me in my knowledge and true understanding. Fluid catalytic cracking, FCC unit, lecture number 4. So, initial startup procedure. Key takeaway points from lecture number 4. We have already discussed hydrostatic pressure testing, plant inspection. Today we are going to discuss commissioning of utilities, later on a final inspection of vessels, flushing of lines and equipment, inspection and running in of pumps, break-in compressors, service and calibrate instruments, dry out a fire heater, leak testing, reactor and regenerator are dry out, catalyst loading, purging and gas blanketing will be last topic. Commissioning of utilities. Steam lines, cooling water lines, instrument and plant air, raw and drinking water, fire water and sprinkling system, fuel gas system and condensate lines. Various utilities such as steam, cooling water, whatever I have explained just now, must be put in service. Prior to commissioning, the various lines must be tested, leakage and cleared of debris and construction materials. The latter may be done by water circulation and steam or air blowing techniques depending on the particular utility service. Such techniques are generally described in different ways on different atoms at the part of the utility system. Commissioning of utility steam lines. Once steam is available in the refinery, the steam system can be warmed up and blown free of all debris. Before putting steam into the system, all steam taps, control valves, turbines, heaters, instrument, vacuum, ejector and strainer should be removed or blanked off from the system. The steam header, one header at a time, should be slowly warmed up while the expansion of the line is observed. Special attention should be given pipe sport shoes. Note, condensate must be drained manually as it forms to prevent steam hammering. When the headers are warm, the drain and the vent valves should be opened and the lines are blown vigorously for a few moments before reclosing the valves. This procedure should be repeated 5 to 10 times to move materials along the headers to the drains. On lines headers, the turbine special attention to detail is critical. All debris, including scale, must be removed from those lines, otherwise there will be damage to the turbine blades. Blow these lines clean or using high velocity steam and alternate the temperature of the line so the scale on the pipe wall is removed. Usually lead or aluminum impingement plate is installed at the opening where the steam is being vented. When the numbers and size of the indents are within acceptable limit, the line is cleaned. Cooling water. Cooling water lines should be flushed with makeup water. All coolers, condensers, sample coolers, or lube well coolers at pumps and cooling water to case ejectors of rotational equipment should be disconnected from the system. The inlet lines should be flushed. one at a time or using a flow from the cooling water pumps. When all inlet lines are flushed, reconnect the lines, disconnect the cooling water outlet lines from the users, flush through the user, then reconnect the outer lines. When all outer lines are connected, flush the return lines. Okay, Commissioner of Utilities. Next topic, instrument and plant air system. Network shall be blown through completely from battery limit with strong air flow in order to clean and dry the lines. The instrument air system shall be tested pneumatically with a dryer. All joints and connections shall be checked for a tightness with a soapy water solutions. Header and a branch lines shall be blown through with a high flow rate of the air. During all these tests, the instrument supplied with air shall be carefully isolated from the system. Next topic is raw water and drinking water. Okay, conventional lines. Network shall be cleaned with water from battery limit with strong water flow. Okay, final inspection of vessels. All vessels should be inspected before a final closing for cleanliness. All vessels equipped with demisters should be checked carefully to be sure that the demister is securely fastened to the sport ring. There should be no gaps in the mesh blanket. Okay, next is flushing of the lines and equipment. Okay, commissioning of utilities, flushing of lines and equipment. Upon completion of final mechanical inspection of unit for variations from design specification, the unit is handed over to the operation group. One of the first tasks they have to do beside familiarizing themselves with the unit is flushing. During flushing, all piping and equipment are not previously cleaned is flushed with clean water. A typical reactor, regenerator, column, vessels, and heaters have already been cleaned as a part of the final mechanical inspection. Vessels and columns can be used as water reservoir to flush all liquid lines adjacent to this equipment. Special care should be taken that no trash is flushed into them, always flushed away from vessels. If desired, the pumps that can operate on water can be run in after most of debris has been removed from the piping. As with hydrostatic testing, the water must be clean and contain less than 50 weight ppm chloride. Remember, never flush with water through compressor. The compressor should be blinded off at the suction and discharge before line flushing is started. In order to protect equipment and instrumentation during the flushing blowing procedure, the flushed line must be disconnected from equipment. The instrument must be isolated. Orifice plates and valves must be dismounted. Next is the guidelines. Okay, commissioning of utilities are general guidelines. A. All possible lines should be used during the flushing operation to facilitate complete system cleanout. B. Forward system should be flushed first and cleaned by using to supply water for flushing the rest of the plant. C. Flush pump suction lines while disconnected from the pump casing. Discharge lines are preferably flushed with relevant pump in operation. D. Screen should be placed in suction lines of the oil pump before any liquid is allowed to pass through them. If this is not done, scale, a weld, metal or slag stones may freeze or damage significant pumps impellers. E. When practical lines should always be flushed away from the vessel rather than into vessels. Any vessels flushing into the should be opened and manually cleaned for the different ways. Flush from the highest elevations to lowest elevation is preferable. Okay. Okay, conclusion. Today we have discussed steam lines, cooling water lines, instrument and plant air, raw and drinking water, fire water and sprinkling system, fuel gas lines and condensate lines. Okay, next topic we are going to discuss inspections and running in pump, break-in compressors, pre-startup checks and startup procedure, service and calibrate instrument, try out of fire heater systems, leak testing, reactor dry out and regenerator dry out, catalyst unloading. These are a few references. Okay, this is my last slide. Together, everyone achieve more. Please do not hesitate to send me your feedback, comments to .masood.here@bath.edu. You can also send me message on WhatsApp. Thank you very much for your precious time.